Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack. Hello, I am Morpheus.
My name is Sparky Pilastri.
And welcome back to Please Don't
Spoil the movie.
Podcast brought to you by sisters who love each other.
Sometimes.
What? Who's Pulaski? That name sounds familiar, but I cannot think.
Are you serious? Shameful. Bring it on. The legendary choreographer.
Oh, wow.
Sparky Pilastri. Spirit Fingers. Cheerleaders are dancers that have gone. Insert the R word.
Cheerleaders are just dancers that have gone. Classic.
Can you use the R word when you're just quoting a movie? I guess not.
I don't know. Try it.
I guess not. I won't try it out.
But you won't.
What's up? What's going on?
Nothing.
What's new?
Just work. The work bug. Hate it. Don't want to be here. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month. Happy 100 years of celebrating Black excellence,
Hell yeah.
Black knowledge,
Hell yeah.
Black education, Black inventions, Black progression, and the list goes on.
There you go.
What a fabulous month, although it's the shortest month of the year. We celebrate in pride.
That's right. I can't believe it's February already.
I know, time's flying. Girl, actually, January was probably, it took forever. Is January not the longest month of the year? I was like, when is this month going to end? I feel like we were stuck in January for like 6 months.
I needed more time. I'm not ready to progress into the year.
But February, that's why February is so short. Because January is so dang long. Because February about to be over in 12 days.
Right. Next week is over, basically.
Basically.
Yeah. Time can slow down. I'm ready to be done with doing stuff.
Story of everyone's life.
Yeah, it's got something to do every weekend. It's annoying.
Well, you'll never be done with doing stuff. But I will say, yeah, I'm not looking forward to this weekend either because, as you know, I typically never do anything on the weekends. And then all of a sudden, Sunday, I'm double booked. I go months without doing anything a single weekend. And now one day of the weekend, I have 2 things I have to partake in. No thanks. So, as you know, our cousin Reagan is coming down for Mardi Gras to see her mother in a float. But then my friend Reagan, she doesn't spell her name with an H, traditional spelling. She wants to do a Galentine's thing. And then, okay, so she was like, oh, do you want to do like Galentine's at my apartment? I was like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. Then once she like put it all together and like sent me her like Canva invitation, girl, it had bring 6 gifts and bring cocktails. I said, hold up, bitch, I ain't signed up for all that. I didn't know it was gonna be all this. I thought I was gonna go to your apartment, we was gonna watch a movie, eat some popcorn, and call it a day. Now you're telling me I gotta bring gifts for 5 other bitches and make drinks. I ain't signed up to spend money. You didn't include that in your initial text.
Oh, she's doing a cute little TikTok thing.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't.
What did she tell you about? What did she tell you about it?
I don't know, like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. She didn't tell me when she first mentioned it to me.
Right. When did she tell you about the gifts?
I don't know, like a week ago.
You got your gifts?
No. Because then I remember Reagan was coming into town, our cousin Reagan, who spells her name with an H. And I was like, oh, wait. Because remember when you were like, oh, I'm coming back next weekend? And I was like, what you coming back next weekend for? And you're like, cousin Reagan is going to be here? And I was like, oh, right. Well, that's when I realized I was double booked. And then I thought I could get out of Reagan, my friend Reagan's event, because our cousin Reagan was coming into town. And she was like, no. I was like,
What's a different time?
She's like, there are different times. I was like, so? I was like, that's a lot in one day.
At least the Valentine's Day, you'd be inside and chilling. They've
I
been sitting down.
guess. And she younger than me, so it's gonna be all her young friends, and I'm gonna be in there with my fucking walker.
That's because you want to use your walker. You don't have to. But it is the energy you bring. Yes. Just kidding.
That's enough out of you.
Have you seen anything lately?
Let me think. I haven't seen His and Hers yet. I know you watched it. You can't say anything because I'm gonna watch it. I told you this already, but I did watch the Enron documentary, that documentary on Enron, and I thought it was so fascinating because I just love watching documentaries about white collar crime and watching rich white men fall from grace and lose everything and having to start from zero and lose all their privileges. There's something so beautiful about it, and I think they should make more stories like it.
Only happens every red moon.
Right, you don't get it every once in a while, but when you do get it, hold on to it.
Hold on to it.
But yeah, so that was really good because I've always heard, the lore about Enron. Like I've heard, you hear it in like pop culture.
Yeah.
Like you'll watch a movie and like they'll make a joke about Enron or something like that. And I never understood, what the company was and what they did.
Yeah.
So once it just was in my brain, I was like, I want to watch a documentary on them. And then when I watched it, it was so good. If you're into white collar crimes and people going to jail, if you're interested in like Wolf of Wall Street or The Big Short or The Boiling Room, you need to watch this documentary. It's called Enron, The Smartest Guys in the Room. Really good stuff.
It's a boiling room.
It's this 90s movie. Vince Vaughn is in it. It's like another fraud, embezzlement type of thing. Nia Long's also in it.
It's based on a true story?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just like a Wall Street fraud type of thing. I didn't like it. It's not my favorite of the genre. But to each its own.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Enron's really good. I'll give you a brief synopsis, even though you heard my story, but for the people who are listening who haven't. So Enron was a energy company. They specialized in natural gas based out in Houston. And then they eventually broke into, they did natural gas, they did energy, and then they even tried to do internet. Internet didn't really go very well. But I honestly think they were ahead of their time on the internet thing. I was like, this had been 2008. They could have did something. Because they honestly, like, low-key was trying to invent Netflix, but whatever. It was just too soon. The people weren't ready for it. But anywho, so Enron was like this natural gas company. And basically, I don't really know how to describe economics in Wall Street and stuff. But basically, they were reporting that they were far more profitable than what they really were. And their people across the country, as well as their employees, were investing like their 401ks, their life savings into Enron. They were literally buying Enron stock up left and right. And at its peak in like 2000, I think they had their fall in August of 2001. So their peak share price was at like $90 and something cents. But by the time they had fallen, their share price went to 45 cents. So,
damn.
It went from Microsoft to penny stock. And there's much more information. But I won't get into that because Jordan's already heard it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Enron's a good one. SEC.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No.
Oh. You and Chancellor should watch it. Watch it tonight.
Yeah.
And I have another thing I'd like to complain about. Since I should have brought this up when you were complaining about your job. Because I don't know what, like, divine intervention you have to where you can find a job within a matter of freaking seconds.
That's hilarious.
But I don't know what the universe has out against me. It's to the point where I'm just about to quit my job and become one of those people who just work random odd gigs for the rest of their lives because this is fucking ridiculous. I put in application after application after application after application endlessly, and nobody wants to hire me. I don't understand how you were able to find a job so freaking quickly after you got laid off. You found a job like 2 seconds later. I don't understand.
They always hire.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, wasn't my dream job. It's not where I wanted to be hired.
Okay, well, but working for the IRS was.
Yeah. The
Well,
IRS
anywho.
job took me like 6 months to circle back.
Yeah, that's nothing. Nothing. You want to know what? You want to know why I'm so peeved off?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get up out of Duke University.
Yeah,
I don't put in about 10,000 jobs. So I did an application recently.
Mhm.
I didn't put in any application that as I've put it in. Admissions counselor, enrollment specialist, marketing communications associate, whatever they're offering, I'm putting it in. So they had a job opening for an assistant. It's either assistant or associate. Those words are interchangeable to me, but whatever. Assistant or associate director of graduate admissions for their College of Business. Sounds like a real nice title, doesn't it? Finally, for the first time, this is the first time I've received even a phone call for a Tulane application. I was like, oh my God, Tulane is finally looking at one of my job applications. Do the phone interview. Go swimmingly. They love me. Can you come in next week for an interview? I said, come in. Who does in-person interviews anymore? I have a job. But fine, I'll make it work. I go in, I do the interview. They love me. Tulane's a really nice campus, by the way. I was walking through this. I was like, oh, this place is nice. I was like, this is really nice. I was like, this is in New Orleans? I was like, am I still in New Orleans?
No.
It was nice. So I sit down with the entire graduate admissions of the business college, okay? I sit down with the whole team, do my interview. They got me there for about an hour and a half. I answer all their questions swimmingly. It goes swimmingly well. They love me. I walk out of there. I'm like, all right. So I walk out of there. I get a call. We loved you, Jade. Can you interview sometime next week in person, if possible, with the dean of the College of blah, 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 business program? Sure, absolutely. I can do it. Okay. It was a couple of back and forth because at first I was supposed to come in. I was supposed to have lunch. Girl, they had a whole schedule set out for me. I was supposed to come in, go to lunch with them, do this, do a tour, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, this is a lot. Mind you, I have a job. Y'all trying to hold me for 4 hours. This is a lot for an interview. But then she didn't have time for it. And then they had to speed up the application process for whatever reason because they needed to hire. HR was giving them a deadline, so they couldn't do all that anymore. So then it just turned into a Zoom call with the dean of college graduate admissions. I said, great, even better. German chick comes on, we're vibing. She's like, I want to make this more of a conversation. Great. Still felt like an interview. She's asking me questions. I'm giving her the answers. Fantastic. Great. They're like, okay, thank you so much for your time. We have to, hire this position by Monday. We'll let you know by Monday. Monday, which was Monday. Today's Wednesday. Right. I didn't hear nothing. I said, guess I didn't get it. I ain't hear nothing Monday. Tuesday, which was yesterday, I didn't hear nothing then. So I was like, I guess I need to move on with my life. Wednesday, which is today, comes around. I got an email at 3:53 p.m. from the original lady who I did my phone interview with, and then I did the first in-person interview with, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hey, Jade, can you give me a call when you're free, blah, blah, blah. Give her a call. I'm like, oh, did I get it? She wants me to call her. So I call her. Right before I sat down to talk to your funky ass, I gave her a call. And she didn't answer. She calls me back. She's like, so sorry, Jade. Are you still free to talk? I said, yes, actually, I am.
Okay.
And she says, okay, thank you so much. Well, I just wanted to let you know, I know we said we're going to get back to you on Monday. And, the team really enjoyed meeting you. We really loved everything that you had to say. We appreciated your experience, you taking the time out to come meet with us. But unfortunately, there was another candidate who just had the business experience that we're looking for because, we're handling with graduate programs and our average, student is like 42. And it had nothing to do with like your age, but we were looking for someone who had like more connections in the business world. And although we loved you and we thought we were so great, we were really torn. It was a really hard decision for us. We decided to go with this other candidate.
Sorry.
So, gee. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks. I'll just be over here rotting away at Dillard.
Don't stop applying.
Yes. They were all very nice. Thank you for letting me know. because a lot of people don't tell you why they don't pick you. So I appreciate that much. But yeah, you sit over there whining.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get out of
of
Dillard for 2 years. I've been stuck at Dillard for 4, and I've been trying to get out of there the past 2.
Well, okay. Don't stop.
Yeah, but you don't make crumbs either.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm scraping
but yeah,
pennies over here.
I know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't accept that.
I'm not trying to accept it
I
either.
know.
But nobody else will hire me, so I can no longer accept it.
You keep going. Did you just? How long you been doing this for? A week or 2? Because I know you be saying you've been doing it for a long time, but I feel like you do it for 1 or 2 weeks and you stop.
I take my breaks.
Okay,
I
maybe
take
you
my
don't-
breaks.
You don't deserve a break.
Rejection is exhausting, okay?
Well, that's okay. I know it is. Don't stop.
After a while, I get tired of getting rejected, so I gotta just take a break. I'm like, maybe I'll just die here at Dillard.
No, you choose which tie you want to be tired of more, Dillard or applying, and get it denied. Keep on going. It's a numbers game.
So you know what? Fuck this job search. I don't understand whose dick I have to suck to get a job, but it seems damn near impossible. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that's all I have to say on the matter. Moving on.
Okay.
Speaking of not getting something you want. Good segue, right? Think family. Think excellent black family. Literally picture perfect. Think superheroes. Think the 2000s. Think soccer. Think middle child and middle child syndrome. Think the environment. Think saving the environment. Think evil plot to brainwash children's brains. Think Kevin Colony. Kevin Colony? Colony? And that brings us to, drumroll please.
Up,
and
away.
and away.
Everything else.
Up, and away follows a young Scott Marshall, a teen from a family of superheroes who is just 4 days away from his 14th birthday, but still hasn't developed any superpowers. Since all superheroes are expected to gain their abilities before turning 14, it's like hitting puberty. Scott fears disappointing his father and pretends he has superhuman strength and the ability to fly. But when a shady tech company threatens students through mind control, Scott is forced to confront the danger. Along the way, he learns that being a true hero isn't about having superpowers, but about courage and doing what's right.
Correct.
The film is a superhero comedy film released as a Disney Channel original movie, our favorite genre. Written by Daniel Berenson and directed by Robert Townsend, the film premiered on Disney Channel on January 22nd, 2000.
Just in time for
the 26th year anniversary.
Yeah, just in time for Black History Month.
That's right. Cast, because I couldn't find any facts.
How much do you think the budget was?
For 2000, a made-for-TV movie. I'd probably say not even $1 million. 800,000, maybe $1 million. I'd say a solid $1 million, maybe.
Yeah, give me a solid $1 million.
Yeah. So fun fact: the guy who directed it, Robert Townsend, also plays Jim Marshall, Bronze Eagle, Scott's father.
Up and away. That's so sweet.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Oh.
So, the director, Robert Townsend, also plays Bronze Eagle, who is Scott's father. Michael J. Pagan as Scott Marshall, the protagonist of the film, who's turning 14, but he doesn't have any superpowers. Let's see. Alex Datcher as Judy Marshall, Warrior Woman, also Scott's mother. Kevin Connolly as Malcolm, the CEO of this environmental tech company that wants to brainwash children's minds. Olivia Burnett as Nina, Malcolm's partner in the adventure of the brainwashing system. Sherman Hemsley as Edward Marshall, Steel, Condor. Where's Chim?
He's not here.
God, did you tell me
Yes,
to do this movie?
I told him we're doing this.
Condor, Condor.
I said we're doing the movie that you love to quote so much.
Did he do
He
it?
did. Oh no, he wasn't here when I texted him, but
Oh,
I'll have to
okay.
hear it when he gets back.
You've got to record it and send it to me.
And send it to me.
I'm serious. Christopher Marquette as Randy, Scott's best friend. Jamie Renee Smith as Amy, Scott's friend, and he has a crush on her, and she secretly has a crush on him back. And they're both competing to be soccer captain. And where's the... Oh, Condor. Oh, Sherman. I didn't finish this thought. Sherman Hemsley as Edward Marshall. Still Condor, Scott's grandfather.
Condor.
Paternal grandfather.
Yeah. What a
Right.
lovely addition to the movie.
He made the movie. Condor.
Right.
God.
But it's what you
The whole
call it.
time I was waiting for that. I was like, when the fuck does he do it?
Condor. But he's a Jefferson. I thought it was cool that he was in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Black royalty right there, man.
Yeah, that's very nice.
All right.
Well, let's begin.
The movie. It opens.
Wait. If you like what you hear today, don't forget to rate, subscribe, tell your friends, share the podcast with whoever you know. This year we want to reach a goal of having 1,000
1,000 what?
monthly, weekly listeners or bi-weekly listeners.
Okay. Yeah, let's set some goals for 2026.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out there, guys.
I really want to get out there. We want to increase these numbers.
Yeah, so share it, like it, but really share it.
So listen to us. All right, so the film opens.
Support
the year
Black people
2000.
in the year of our Lord.
Yeah, it's Black History Month.
100th year.
We should have 1 billion listeners just off of that fact.
Right.
Y'all supposed to be listening to us because it's Black History Month. Hello.
Yeah.
And supposed to be scrubbing our feet.
Oh,
Duh.
I was like, who's scrubbing whose feet? Gotcha.
The non-blacks.
Gotcha.
Because it's our month.
Right.
Okay,
Ooh, bitch,
so-
it's Black History Month. I saw that video this morning.
Oh, no. I haven't seen that one.
You know what
But
I'm
it
talking about?
sounds hilarious.
This
No.
white lady, she was coming out, I don't know, like yoga, and she was like, something, and then blah, blah, blah. And in the background, you hear someone say, move, bitch, it's Black History Month. And a black guy,
It's
she kind of
actually
shows like a
hilarious.
black guy walking in the background. She's like, I'm spying this. You never heard that one? Move, bitch, it's Black
pretty
History
funny.
Month. But the best part is, they're very far away from each other, I think. Oh.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Find that and send it to me. Okay. The film. It opens. We're in a lair of some sort, an abandoned warehouse, whatever you want to call it, and we see Nina and Malcolm. Nina, who is the inventor of this computer system that is called, what's it called?
Earth Protectors? Or that's what the company is
Earth
called.
Protectors. Okay. And Nina is a dimwit. She's an idiot.
She's
Maybe smart. She's book smart,
not.
but she ain't street smart. Not a lick of street smart.
She's got daddy issues. Okay,
for sure.
And on top of daddy issues, she wants to be loved,
Right.
no matter what.
Boy, does she. Especially by men.
Yes.
And then we have Malcolm, who is like the not the brains of the operation, because he's the leader.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the one with the street smarts, and he's probably dumb. So they're in this lair together, and they're speaking very vaguely. We see Nina, and she's talking about, yep, the computer system is done, or the system's done.
Mhm.
It's ready to be branched out into the minds of children, and we're really going to change the world, and no one's going to be able to stop us.
Were you happy?
And Malcolm is like, yeah.
Were you happy to see one of your favorite characters from Entourage?
Oh my God, I love Entourage. Every time I see this movie, because I remember watching Entourage, like when I first watched Entourage, I was like, that's that nigga from Up in a Way.
That's hilarious.
And so
Watching
now
Entourage,
I
like,
just-
up and away, motherfucker.
Yeah, so every time I see Entourage or vice versa, I'm like, I can't believe he was like in
Up
Up and
Away.
Up and
No,
Away,
it's
and then like
hilarious.
transition to
It's
Entourage.
hilarious. Yeah.
Like, why were you in a DCOM? Why were you in a Disney Channel movie?
The bills gotta get paid, honey.
The bills do have to get paid, and he did an excellent job in the film. He was the
did a good
most
job.
convincing actor of them all.
Yeah.
Nina, however, I was like, Nina, come on.
Who was?
Anywho,
Yeah.
So transition. Now we're introduced to young Scott Marshall, and it's 4 days shy of his 14th birthday. He's in his room. He's playing soccer. He plays soccer. That's his thing. He's into soccer. And his dad comes in. He almost kills his dad by hitting him with the soccer ball. And his dad doesn't care because he's super excited that in 4 days, his son will be turning 14. And his father is no ordinary father. His father is a superhero. His father is like the Superman in their world, in their community, in their neighborhood. He is also Bronze Eagle. He has the gift of flight.
And strength.
And strength, I guess. Yeah, maybe strength too. So his dad's a big deal. And his dad is telling him how excited he is that in 4 days he'll be turning 14. Because once you hit 14, that's when your superhero powers lock in. Well, they're supposed to come before your 14th birthday. After you turn 14, if they don't come, they ain't coming. It's like puberty. Like if your boobs come at 14, then they come. If they don't, you're not ever gonna get them.
Right. Not exactly.
Not an exact science, but so that's the dilemma we have here. And Scott's kind of looking like, I don't know, 4 days away, like it ain't come. I don't know if it's ever gonna come. He's concerned, and his dad's kind of secretly concerned as well. So then we go downstairs and we meet the rest of the family. We're introduced to the wife. I forgot her name.
Her name is
Judy.
Judy Marshall.
Also warrior woman. I don't really know what her power is besides like strength, maybe, and like combat. I don't know.
Yeah, strength.
So
think she has super speed
Judy
as well.
No, that's what the son has.
Well, she was in a motorcycle.
Oh, she was on that
motorcycle was supposed to be.
I thought the motorcycle had the super speed, not her.
I don't think so.
Because why would she need to be on a motorcycle?
That is true, but there's no motorcycle that does that. I don't know.
That's true.
They're not.
Whatever. We don't know what her powers are. But she looks like Janet Jackson. Don't you think she looks like Janet Jackson?
Now that she says,
I've always
or like a sister.
One of the things that I remember about this movie was the mom always looked like Janet Jackson.
Yeah, she looks like
a
member of the Jacksons, for sure.
Yeah, LaToya or somebody. She looked like one of them. Especially when she put that mask on, because you really can't see her full facial features, so she really looks like her with that mask on. But anywho. We're introduced to Judy / warrior woman. We're also introduced to Scott's older brother,
Adam.
Adam fine.
So handsome.
He's so
handsome. Where he at?
Where he at? Why he ain't blow up?
Right.
Girl.
No. He's 52 now.
I couldn't get enough of Adam. Girl, he old.
52.
52, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been 26 years.
Right. But beautiful man.
Girl, a beautiful.
Yeah, he did a couple. Oh, he sure was in Jeepers Creepers. Mm-hmm.
Oh, was he really?
Jeepers Creepers 2, the like football one.
Like I'll never watch any of those.
Actually, not a bad one. And it says he was in Malcolm in the Middle. Maybe he did an episode or two.
Why do I kind of feel like he was like one of the friends?
Yeah.
Like when Francis
was in military school. Yeah. That was him. He the black guy. He sure was.
Yeah, he was the friend.
Yeah.
And then I think they replaced him with a different black guy. Like we wouldn't notice.
I even do that. I'm glad they stopped doing that. I'm glad that era.
Girl, they still do that.
I don't think they do it as much. I think they rewrite. I don't think they're like, and let's replace this person.
Well, Adam's fine. I couldn't stop staring at him. He's so perfect. I'm just like, he's so wholesome, and he's a superhero, and he's good looking.
He's
nice. A supportive big brother. Yeah. I'm in love with him. And then they have a little sister. Her name's Judy, I think. No, that's the mom's name.
Her name is Molly.
Molly.
She's adorable.
Molly's a little twerp, and she has laser vision.
She's got the most unique, I think, super power in all of them.
Well, I think hers is like, I feel like usually like flying is accompanied with something, and I feel like laser vision is accompanied with something. Like you don't just like fly. You have fly and you have laser vision.
Yeah.
Or you fly and you have superhuman strength.
Maybe
she should be able to do something.
Maybe they're all, because I feel like they all have a mixture of speed. Oh, okay. Well, the brother's supposed to be like, he's supposed to be like Flash.
He's he got too much going on because he got super bionic speed, but then he could also control like electricity or something.
He's supposed to be like Static Shock. I was like, is this what he was inspired by? Static Shock a comic book?
He has the best skill set, if you ask me. I want his powers.
Yeah, I guess he's supposed to be based off of Static Shock, the comic book. I think it's a comic book. Yeah. I know things.
So we're introduced to this beautiful black family, and everyone has powers except for Scott. Even his younger sister Molly, who's 6. So everyone's like super excited. Like everyone's downstairs in the kitchen. They're like, Scott, 4 days, big buddy, and then your birthday, and then you'll be a superhero. You'll be joining the ranks with the rest of us.
Goddamn time.
And then we're introduced. Before school starts, we're introduced to Randy, who comes into the home. He is Scott's best friend. And Randy comes in with some zucchini bread for the family. He's like, hey, Marshalls, I brought some zucchini bread my mom cooked. And it's covered in foil. The family pauses. They freeze. They're taken aback. Randy's like, what the fuck's going on? Right. It's just zucchini bread. Why are y'all looking at me like this? And they're like, just set it on the table. Set it on the table, Randy. We appreciate the gift. But unbeknownst to Randy, the kryptonite to superheroes is aluminum foil.
Dun, dun,
it messes up their molecular structure. Right. And it can kill them. That's their one kryptonite.
We all got it. It's so powerful that later, like after Scott and Randy leave, we can see the parents carrying out the zucchini bread. She's holding holding it out with a stick. She's not touching with her hands, and they're dropping it into a trash bin that they're gonna put in this big old hole that they buried. That's how sensitive they are to foil. But on their way to school, Randy and Scott pass by Scott's crush house, Amy. Amy is also into soccer. They do little digs at each other, but the main thing from this conversation is that they both want to be soccer captain. This is their main goal. I think it's so cute when kids are ambitious. I hope if I could go back, I'd have been more ambitious as a child.
Don't lose that kid.
Right, don't lose that kid. Like, you want to be soccer? You want to be soccer captain?
Set goals.
That's amazing. But anywho, Scott and Randy, they make it to school. While in class, the 8th grade is visited by Malcolm, who is the president of Earth Protectors. They're coming off at this environmentally proactive company, and they're like, we want to recycle, we want to save the world. And they
reduce, reuse, and recycle.
And Rihanna. Oh, sorry. Just kidding. This is from Broad City.
Rihanna.
In Broad City, she was trying to teach this kid about recycling, but she goes, reduce, reuse, Rihanna.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
But yes, Michael's in the class. He's just talking about like how to save the earth and all this. But one of the things Earth Protectors has donated to the 8th grade. Everyone's getting new laptops or computers, and they're also getting.
They didn't have laptops back then.
Right. Computers, which is crazy. That big old thing. I bring this big old thing home. Or maybe it's for school. Who knows? And then also getting homework. And the homework is that they have to download this company's software every night and like listen to it. And they have to listen to it for no nefarious reason. What a nice company. So Malcolm, this whole time has been like, hey, he sees a girl ball of paper. He's like, please recycle that. He's walking outside. He's leaving because he's done with his presentation. He's saying, hey to the kids, y'all be safe. He's doing all this stuff. He seems like
fun in class today,
like a big ball of joy. Then he goes to his van, that is like the Earth Protectors van. He pulls back the side of the van, and inside it is these computer nerds. Henchmen, yes. His henchmen, and they look very serious. And he hops in, and they're like, how did it go? Or whatever. And he's like, what grade? Where's Nina? Nina, who is the...
And he's like, I hate kids. I hate school.
And then he throws
garbage on the ground.
That was the biggest,
he's a fraud.
That was the biggest thing. That really hurt me. Right? That was really hurtful. I was like, not the trash on the ground. He's so nice. But then they're like, they like try to discuss their plan more. And I think this is when we realize that Nina doesn't know everything that's going on. They're like, "Where's Nina?" And he's like, "Oh," or one of his henchmen's like, "She's doing so and so," and he's like, "Perfect. We can continue our little plan for the day," because Nina has no idea she knows the A plot, or maybe she knows the B plot, but she don't know the A plot. She don't know what's really going on.
She knows the A plot, but she doesn't know subsection A
right
plot.
Right.
So Nina's whole thing is she wants to use the software that she has created to brainwash kids so they can reduce, reuse, recycle, and not turn into Republicans, ultimately. Like, eat tofu, save the planet, that kind of stuff. Like, she wants to instill that into their brains.
Which is still crazy.
Which is still crazy.
Because you can't
it's still evil, children. But... Right.
But
the intention is good.
The intention is good.
Then Malcolm, however, he just wants to use her software to brainwash kids to like become rich, like get them to steal from their parents, like create an army of kids.
Right.
The possibilities are endless with brainwashing. Yes. So he's like, fuck saving the world. I'm trying to get rich off of this.
Mm-hmm. So after school, Scott's dad. Scott's dad. I want Scott's name to be different. Because it's not a child's name.
That's right. It's not. Scott.
But
it's like a Scott. Yeah.
I'm not a 14-year-old, Benio.
What's his name in Sky High? Is it Scott? Stronghold. That's all I remember.
That'd be crazy if it was Scott.
Is it Luke? It's either Luke or Scott.
Will. Close, though.
Will.
Full Stronghold.
Stronghold.
They love superhero movies over at Disney. Anyway.
No, this movie is literally the original Sky High.
Is this
when I was watching this, I was like, did they steal this story?
They were like, you remember the Up and Away movie? We should do that on a bigger scale.
You remember that? Yeah, you remember that black movie?
Yeah,
we should take it, make it white, put it in theaters, and no one will ever know.
Right, it's a
black movie.
Right. It's definitely inspired by...
We know.
But yes, after school, Jim, Scott's dad, is bringing Scott and his friends, Randy and Amy, to their soccer game. But before he gets there, he gets a call. There's a bank robber in foot. He pulls over, drops the kids off. He's like, y'all can walk the rest of the way. He transforms into his little superhero uniform, and Scott looks at his dad with happiness in his eyes. The dad says, up, up, and away. Now
he's like, my dad is Bronze Eagle. Now the kids don't see though.
Yeah,
just Scott.
But the bank robbery is being put on by Scott and his crew. So Scott and his crew, after school, during the same time, they go to the bank and they talk to the teller, and they tell the teller, like, hey, I want to get so and so amount of money out. And the teller's like, well, I only see you got $1.25. And he's like, check again. And the teller's like, okay. So he looks at the screen, and this video comes up, and it's at the bottom it says Earth Savers, and it's a spinning planet, and it says, I don't know what they're saying.
Listen to us. Do everything that we tell you to do. Earth Savers will take care of you. And it's just brainwashing them. And then while they're listening, and then they get brainwashed. So it's like the teller and the managers, everyone who can hear the video gets brainwashed, and they start putting tons and tons of money into bags and bags and bags. But then someone sneezes and it unhypnotizes everyone. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? Hold on. Why are we putting money in these bags?
We're calling security ASAP. So security gets called, and also Scott's dad gets called. As Jim arrives to the bank, we see the mom, Judy, throwing people out of the window, which is a bit much for the bank robber, not violent. But she's throwing them out the window. She's kicking ass. She's taking names. They're arguing about the fact that she was supposed to be working, and he was supposed to be handling things like this. I don't know. All while easily beating up these bad guys. They're beating the bad guys up so much they get arrested. But the only people who don't get arrested is Malcolm and his head henchman. They're out to do more crime.
How they escaped, I don't know.
I don't know. I guess they went out the back door and them motherfuckers stayed inside. I'm not sure.
After they're running with crime.
But at the soccer game, the dad makes it back in time for the soccer game. But while he's there, the older brother, Adam comes. And this is the first time that Jim, the dad, discusses with Adam how he wants him to lay off the superhero talk because he's really concerned about the fact that Scott might not become a superhero with only 3 or 4 days until his birthday. It just might not happen, and you don't want to make the kid.
He might be normal,
right? He might be normal. There's a lot of pressure. This reminds me of what's that movie?
Sky High.
No, that Disney movie where everyone has a superpower. Everyone has a superpower, but the one girl, it's like Spanish. And
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think one stops talking about it.
Everyone has superheroes except for
everyone has superpowers.
Spanish gal,
but everyone has superpowers, but it's like a Spanish family, and one girl doesn't have superpowers, and that was Enchantro and
Encanto.
I've
never seen that
movie. What's that song? They couldn't Encanto, yeah. But they couldn't shut up about. Oh, Bruno.
That's what that movie's about.
We don't talk about Bruno. No. Oh yeah, so the movie.
That's what that movie's about.
Yeah, well, kind of, but it's like the whole family has superpowers, except the main girl doesn't have any. Like one person could talk to animals, one's strong. They all have superpowers.
I would have never guessed in a million years that.
Yeah, and then so like
what that movie was about.
But they're like the source of their power is deteriorating or something like that, and it's falling apart because they're all like hiding. They all like have tiny little secrets and shit. And the one without powers is the one that brings them together, and her power is family, which I think is bullshit because it's give me power, but. Whatever.
That is bullshit.
Similar to this movie. I don't like those movies where I'm supposed to have a power and I don't get the power by the end of the movie. I don't like those.
I don't like how he doesn't. Spoiler. I don't like how he doesn't get a power ever. I thought because I thought this movie genuinely ripped off.
Sky High.
Well, Sky High ripped off this movie. I was like, oh, he must get his power by the end or the middle or something. Like it's got to be coming. And it doesn't come. And I was like, are you kidding me? He doesn't get a power ever?
Mm-hmm. Nope.
I don't like that.
Don't like it at all.
I don't like that at all.
Don't like it. Because what's the real lesson? And I got to be the normal person in the world full of superheroes? I don't want that.
That's crazy.
I know you're trying to teach me this. Anyone can be a superhero. You need powers. But if I had powers...
Bullshit!
If I live in a world with superpowers, why would I do anything? Let the superheroes do it. I don't know. Whatever.
Right. So, all in all... The dad's like, he might not get his powers.
We can talk about back at the lair. One of the many lies that Nina gets is like she hears for whatever reason he tells her about the bank robbery.
I would like to say they're fucking.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not doing this. They're in love. He's manipulating her in all kind of ways.
No. She's in love with him. Yeah, and he is manipulating her.
They're for sure.
For her product.
They're for sure in a romantic relationship. For sure.
I don't know. I feel like they're not doing it anymore, but they definitely started off that way. Yeah. I think it probably slowed up.
Because
he's probably like, no, we need to focus on the program.
Right.
She's like, fine.
If this wasn't a Disney movie, they would have definitely...
Exactly.
Got down more.
Exactly. If this wasn't a Disney movie, we would have seen it.
Right.
For sure.
Exactly. So
we just have to understand it now.
Get it in between the lines.
Yes.
But back at the lair, Nina is upset to hear about the bank robbery. But Malcolm spins the truth. He's like, how do you think we're going to fund this project? We need the money to continue your mission of saving the world for the trees or whatever the fuck you want to do. You think it's easy, bitch? But Malcolm,
and then she also mentions is that it doesn't her product or her brainwash mechanism, DVD disc, whatever system, program, whatever you want to call it, program. It doesn't work on adolescent brains.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it only works on adolescent brains, and that's why the tellers were so easily taken out of the hypnosis by the sound of a simple sneeze.
Right.
Because it ain't made for adults; it's only made for children. We're starting with a young generation.
Exactly.
Hello. I'm not worried about these boomers. Right. It's over for them. It's got to start young. Yes. The millennials.
They're easy to manipulate. Once again, Malcolm guilt trip Nina into like, hey, if you...
He tells her that he loves her. Right. And then she's the only girl in the world for him.
And then if we keep going forward, we can we can change the world and change all the children and blah, blah, blah.
And have some organic babies.
Yes.
That's what he's feeding her in the PG-13 version.
Right. The Marshall family is hanging out. We see the little sister Molly doing her x-ray stuff and burning shit and having a great time. We also see this news article or the news program about the bank robbery. And the family is discussing that, oh my God, this could be some type of, bank control, brain control. Since that none of the tellers remember what happened, and Adam or Jim says this could be a new mastermind, which makes Adam excited because he wants to kick butt and take names with his beautiful, beautiful self.
So good looking.
We're back at the lair, and Nina has, after being manipulated by Malcolm, Nina has decided to break into the county jail's computer system.
And she released. Oh, I never put that together. Yeah. I was like, why is she breaking in there? Oh, so she breaks into the jail system and she releases the prisoners or Malcolm's henchmen that got caught at the bank robbery.
Right.
And they all get released.
And then
release them.
Right. And then I guess there's a news article or there's another story and a news report, and the mom, the dad, and the other brother are dressed up in their superhero gear, and they're talking about how there's a potential mastermind and how they're on the lookout for this and blah blah blah. But Nina is concerned, and Malcolm's like, hey, the superheroes are looking for this, we just gotta stop them before they can stop our plan, and those are the real enemies. She's really losing the plot here. The superheroes are never the enemies. But Malcolm is like, hey, we need to figure out how to find them. Back at the house, Scott overhears his parents discussing the fact that he won't be getting his superpowers. The mom is saying we might need to cancel the party. The dad's like, I don't know, we should keep it on. But she's like, you just want to impress your friends.
He has one more day. We should wait one more day. And she's like, yeah, you're just worried about impressing your buddies. And he's like, that's not true. And they're kind of just like, we wish we would have known this beforehand, or we wouldn't have made such a big deal about it. And then, poor Scott, he overhears this conversation.
Sad, yeah.
And, he doesn't want to let his dad down, and he really wants to be a superhero. So he decides to take matters into his own hands. And he decides to remove the hinges manually with a screwdriver or whatever. Remove the hinges off of their door. And later that day, their grandfather comes over.
Yeah.
And he Condor. So he's a retired superhero. Mm-hmm. He is called the Steel Condor or something like that. Condor Steel. Steel Condor, yeah. And he comes over with his wife. He brings in groceries, and, now Scott's going to put his plan into motion. He removed these hinges off the door. He sees his grandpa walk in the house. He opens the outside door and removes the door off the hinges because he fucked with it earlier. Right. And they're like, oh my goodness. Super bionic strength.
Because one man.
They're like, they've come.
Door. Right.
They've come. And Scott's dad is like, didn't I tell you one more day? Look at you, son. Superhuman strength.
Yeah.
We're so proud of you. Everyone's so excited. Everyone's so elated. They're like, oh my goodness. And they discuss more about Scott's newfound powers over dinner. I would like to point out at the dinner table, all they are eating is spinach.
It's like
and broccoli.
And green beans.
And maybe a hint of kale. That's all we see.
It's so crazy.
And then they got green juice. I was just a table full of fucking spinach.
I was like, is that what they have to eat to sustain their superpowers, or are they trying to push an agenda?
But literally every time they sit down for dinner, there's always something green.
Yeah.
But whenever they talk about food, they're always mentioning burgers, chicken, fries. I'm like, but that's not what y'all are eating.
That's not what y'all eat at home. They're lying.
Anywho, right. But that's what they mention amongst each other.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, do you want burgers tonight? But then we see a table full of spinach. So no to the burgers.
Right.
So they're discussing.
How did that happen? So no to the burgers. Who vetoed them?
Right. I thought we had agreed on it. So they're all sitting at the table, super excited about Scott's newfound powers. And then Molly, Scott's little sister, calls him out. And it's basically like, I saw him trying to fly
Really
earlier.
She's
really
such
funny.
a
little twat.
Because she knows she ain't seen a butterfly. She knows
No, I think she was saying she did see him trying to fly, and he couldn't do it.
Oh,
I think that's what she was saying. Like, he was trying to fly, but he can't fly.
She was being messy.
And then the dad was like, is that true, Scott? You were flying today?
Trying.
And he was like, right. The
Keyword.
emphasis on trying.
Right.
I didn't do it. And he was like, maybe just a little. And they're like, oh my goodness. His mom is like, I can't even fly, Scott. Oh my goodness. And then the dad's like, well, of course he can fly. Look who his father is, you know, and they're all super excited. And they're like, why don't you do it right now? Like, show us your flying abilities. Let's all go outside and let's all watch you fly. And Scott's like, I don't know about that. It kind of comes and goes. They're like, just give it a try. Give it a whack. If you did it once, you can do it again. And he's like, okay, well, you know, let me go get my cape. He goes upstairs, gets his cape, tries to think of a plan. He's really under pressure here. He's like, fuck, I might be caught. The jig might be up. I don't know what to do. Meanwhile, everyone's waiting outside for him. This family, although beautiful and talented and fantastic, they are a bunch of dummies. So they all go outside waiting to see Scott fly. And all Scott does is run behind the house, grab a soccer ball, throws it in the air as it hits a tree, and yells, up and away! And they're like, oh my goodness, that's him. Do you see him? He's in the sky.
Yeah, it's concerning.
They're like, I don't see him. Is he over here? Is he over here? That must mean he's flying because we don't see him. That must be what it means.
Yeah.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Scott. And then, just as, you know, they're literally watching clouds move, Warrior Woman is like, well, why don't you, you know, fly up Jim and get him? Because, you know, the wind might come, a low-flying plane might hit him. Like, be careful. Go in the air and retrieve him. And just before he's about to go do that, Scott is like, oh, I've landed. He comes back from the corner of the house. And he's like, I'm here. Oh, that was so tiring. But you guys believe me, right? And they're like, oh, of course, Scott. Adam is like, oh my God, Scott, you're so cool. You can freaking fly, bro. And everyone's just astonished. Molly, however, is not buying it. Also, there's another person who isn't buying it. And that's Grandpa. Grandpa's the only one with sense. Grandpa's like, are they fucking dumb?
It's honestly concerning how gullible they are.
They were beyond, they wanted something to believe
I guess.
They just really wanted him to have those powers.
They did. Because it's so, y'all, how do y'all solve mysteries here? How are y'all solving crimes?
How are we solving crimes? Using these brain cells. So just as everyone, you know, is gonna go inside, Grandpa pulls Scott to the side and he's like, flying, huh? Must be fun. He's like, yeah, it was really cool. Well, I'm gonna go inside now. He's like, hold it. Do you have something you'd like to tell me, young man? He's like, okay, I made it all up. I'm lying. But you cannot tell them. He's like, do they have any idea? And he's like, no, they don't. But you have to tell them because superheroes do not lie, Scott. And he's like, I know, but I didn't want to disappoint my dad. The party's tomorrow. He's so excited. I didn't want them to cancel the party. Grandpa's like, the whole point of the party is to celebrate you having superpowers. You don't have superpowers. So there's no need for the party. And he's like, yeah, but I really want to be a superhero. And he's like, it's fine.
Because I can't still have a birthday party?
I can't still have a birthday party?
I can celebrate my life.
It's still my birthday.
Right.
But, yeah. And Grandpa's like, look, at some point, you can't hide this forever. You're gonna have to break it to him.
Thanks.
And he's like, I know, but until then, like, go along with it, bro.
Which I think the grandpa should have told the truth. But that night, Scott finally remembers to do his Earth Protector homework. So he sits in front of the computer. is it that night or that morning? I can't tell. But anyway,
he does it that morning.
That morning, okay.
Got caught up.
That morning before school, he realized he didn't do his Earth Protector homework. He pops in the DVD and he immediately gets hypnotized. He loses track of time. His dad walks up and he's like, "Hey kid, what are you doing?" Like, "Come on, you're running late." He's like, "Sorry, I thought I was." He's just out of it. And for whatever reason, the dad's like, "Oh my God, this could be some kind of brain control that may be going on," which I thought was, I was like, "Oh, he caught on." But then for whatever reason, later on in the movie, he forgets about that.
No, they do that this whole fucking movie.
I was like,
they do that this whole fucking movie.
I was like, you brought this up earlier.
This movie is not consistent. You can tell it was written for children and it was poorly written because I'm just like, where?
Right.
Did you forget that you said earlier that this was brain control, and then when your son brings it up to you again, you have no recollection? You're like, you're lying.
And then you let your kid continue with the homework? I'm so confused.
And then there's time at the very beginning of the movie when I feel like they were talking about them picking who was going to be soccer captain for 7 months. I was like, okay, so when the fuck are we going to pick it? So at the beginning of the movie, though, when the dad is like, I'm going to have to drop y'all off at the sidewalk because I got to go fight this crime. Yeah. Randy tells Scott, he's like, come on, Scott, like, hurry up. We're picking, like, captains today.
Oh.
And it doesn't happen
to the end.
It doesn't happen to the end. I was like, did y'all forgot that y'all said at the beginning of the movie that it was happening today?
Y'all can't cut shit out the movie? Why would y'all not?
Right. I'm like, did y'all run low on editing? Right. What happened?
Fix this in post. What's going on?
Right. Hello.
So crazy. But after this, the dad is like, okay, let's go do additional research. Because he on the news, it was released how the bank robbers' jail cells were open and they were set free just like by computer automatically. And he's like, okay, let's go back to the bank and let's do additional research. So him and Adam, they go down there. They're talking to the bank manager and they're saying like, we think it might be brain control, blah, blah, blah. So the son can zap into a computer. I honestly didn't know what he was going to do when he was getting to that computer. I'm not sure what the goal was, but he uses
check out their files or something.
I don't know. He uses his static shock or whatever to get into the computer, but he overdoes it. And he smokes it up and he loses all the evidence that they had on that computer. Mm-hmm. So
I think they were trying to see like if it was like on their end, like the bank's fault. Because I remember the bank teller being like, if you think this is like a fault of our own system. And he was like, well, no, but you never know. That's why my son's here.
Right. But I'm just like, what? Can he zap that into his head? Like what?
How does none of this makes sense. Like, why are you looking for the logic?
Yeah,
they're flying in the sky. That's not possible.
I know, but I get getting one place to another by flying. I get getting one place to, but like trying to electrocute your computer. Now, what's the sense in that?
He's getting the frequencies, the brain waves. Who cares?
I do.
I wouldn't read too much into the superhero movie set in the suburbs.
What are we doing here if not? We're gonna let this shit pass.
Made for children.
We can't just let these inconsistencies go upon ourselves. Upon us.
Yeah. So after Scott does his homework for the day, that morning, he's done his homework. He arrives to school. He's in blue, and then we see that his entire class is also in blue. So now we see from the perspective of Malcolm and Nina, who are sitting outside the school in their Earth Savers van.
Yeah, creepers.
And they have given the assignment to all the students to wear blue. They've brainwashed them to convince them to all wear blue. And they're like, oh my goodness, it worked. We did it. They're brainwashed.
That's so weird.
Oh my goodness.
Why is she so excited to do this? She's honestly the villain. Weird. I don't care. She's the villain.
She pisses me. No, she literally pisses me off. She's no better than Malcolm. And she's like, oh my goodness, what should we have them do next? Eat tofu, recycle all of their plastics, separate their paper and plastics?
Compost.
The possibilities are endless. And Malcolm's like, you just let me handle all that stuff, honey. And he's like, why don't you go back to the office and run some more tests while I like hang around here? And she's like, okay, daddy. And then so she goes home, or she goes to their laboratory and runs
daddy.
More tests.
Okay, daddy.
And she runs more tests. And then Malcolm finally, after Nina leaves and he's still at the school, he finally kind of verbally says out loud to his henchmen that he's like, yeah, look, I'm not on the kick that she's on.
Yeah.
She's into like saving the earth and making eating meat illegal. I'm in here for the dollars and cents. So we're gonna get rich off of this, okay? I'm not doing what she's doing.
Right.
Once we get rid of her, we'll be rich. Okay? So, meanwhile, Scott runs into his brother. He's in blue, and Scott's brother's like, hey, like, what's with all the blue? Why are y'all in blue? And Scott's like, what are you talking about? He's like, y'all are literally, every single person in your grade is wearing blue. He's like, oh, I didn't
notice. It's just so crazy that they
like,
don't notice that. That's how bad this brainwash is. It's not good.
Like, how did you not notice?
It's scary.
So then, meanwhile,
Amy,
what's his name?
Randy.
Scott's crush, Amy, is rolling up a ball of foil, and she throws it towards Scott. And she's like, "Hey, Scott, catch!" And just as Scott is about to catch it, Adam, being the good big brother he is, he stops it and catches it himself in his bare hands. Remember, mind you, foil is their kryptonite.
That's not good.
It fucks up their molecular structure.
Yeah.
So when Adam catches this ball of foil, he almost passes out. He almost faints. And Scott is like, why'd you do that? Now she's going to think I can't catch. And Adam's like, are you fucking stupid?
You could die.
Nigga, this is foil. This is the only thing that can kill us. And you were going to catch it. And Scott's like, oh, right. I forgot. Right. And he's like, you have to be more careful.
Right. Because
Scott's like, yeah, totally. Because I'm totally allergic
Adam
to foil.
is weak over here, but behind a small piece of foil in his hand.
Right. That can fit in the palm of his hand. Yeah. He almost passed out. Just imagine what the whole roll of foil could do.
Once Scott goes home, him and his dad are outside, and his dad's like, let me teach you how to fly. Like, let me teach you the ins and outs. How
and the whole family watching.
The whole family watching. And I think it's fucked up the grandpa is like,
yeah, he's just like kicking what he's like, yeah, go
right.
Show him how to fly.
It's right. Help this boy.
Right. But help him get out of this lie.
Help him get out of this. So he's trying to teach him how to take off and land and whatever the fuck. But I guess instead of just speaking it, he's like, let me show you. So he grabs, so Jim grabs Scott and they up and away. They go in the sky, they're flying. And he's just hanging on to Scott, thank God. And at one point, Jim is like, okay, now let's see you fly. I did the takeoff, so you can do the flying part. And Jim lets go of Scott, and Scott goes falling down to the earth. The movie didn't end with a funeral, so clearly he catches him. But because of this, Jim, I think the dad, Jim, mentions it to Judy. He's like, I've never seen someone's powers go in and out, so sporadically. He's still a little concerned about his powers. Doesn't realize this nigga ain't got no powers. But now it is the day of Scott's birthday. It's his 14th birthday, and every superhero that is a superhero is in attendance. We got Elastic Boy. That's all I can remember. So
we got Megatron. We got Quicksilver.
Is Megatron really?
We got. I'm just making them up in my brain. We've got Rubber Band Man.
Yes, Rubber Band Man. Elastic Boy.
We've got Water Boy.
Yeah, everybody. And all the who's of the superpower heroes.
Right, the superpower world. So, so everyone's there to celebrate and honor Scott. It's time for the big speech. Here comes Jim.
Speech.
He pulls everyone in. He's like, hey, everybody, me and my wife, Warrior Woman, we're so proud of Scott and the man, Superman, superhero that he's becoming. Mm-hmm. And they give him his new superhero name. He says, me and my wife, we've decided to name Scott Warrior Eagle, which is a combination of Bronze Eagle and Warrior Woman. I didn't realize that until about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay, I guess.
It's a combination of both of their names.
I don't like it.
It's so cute.
I guess. Well, I guess he'll grow on him.
That was cute. So, just as he is about to take his liege or his oath into superhero-ness, Jim tells him to raise his right hand, and just as he's about to take his oath, Scott's like, Dad, I need to tell you something. And Jim's like, Scott, not right now. You're taking your allegiance to the superhero community. You're taking your oath. And he's like, you should be saying I do right now. And he's like, okay, I do. See, that's how that pissed me off, because I'm like, now he trying to tell you.
Right, he tried, but you pressured
and
him.
you're not letting him. Yeah, you're like, no.
You said, shut
you should be taking your oath of allegiance.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So before this, though, the grandpa did try to convince him, like, oh, are you gonna tell your dad today? And he's like, no. He's too happy.
Right.
He's too happy. He's like, I'll wait till after the party. Yeah. And he was like, give your father the benefit of the doubt. Like, he's gonna love you regardless. Superhero or no superhero. That's true. Even though when he tried to tell his ass, he shut him down. But whatever. Meanwhile, at Malcolm's place, his lair with his henchmen and Nina, they're nervous because they know that Bronze Eagle and Warrior Woman and Elastiboy, whatever Adam's superhero name is, they know that the family's onto them. And they have to capture them before the family captures Malcolm. Yeah. So Malcolm basically tells Nina, like, look, this is the plan. I'm going to set this bitch on fire, okay? With you in it.
Crazy.
And when they come to rescue you, you're going to put a tracking device on them. So that way we know where their hideout is and we can find them and terminate them. And she's like, okay, but like, why do I have to be the one to do it?
I don't think so.
And he's like, don't worry about that.
Right. Don't worry about that, sweetheart.
Just know it's got to be done.
Right.
It's just got to be, like, we have to know where they live, where their lair is. And she's like, yeah, I just don't see why it has to be me. He's like, take one for the team, Nina.
Shut the fuck up.
So Malcolm leaves. He also reveals to his number one henchman. The henchman's like, okay, so like, what happens if like they don't get to her? And he's like, look, it's a win-win situation.
Ouch.
If they don't get to her, she dies.
Right. And we have to worry about her.
If they do get to her, we get to figure out where Bronze Eagle lives. So,
because he ready to get rid of her, because
he ready to get rid of her.
I think earlier
he got the punani. He done got the program. And he's had enough of her.
And I think earlier he mentions how she's the only thing in his way like could stop him. I guess because she invented the program. So, I mean,
I know they fucking, because this is just like so on brand to that of like a villain. I feel like every time we're introduced to a villain in any movie, they always just like leave their girlfriends high and dry. Like they're so quick to either like kill them, watch them be killed, or just like, get captured. They're like, I don't care.
Right.
Like, kill her.
Like sometimes
I'd kill her myself.
I feel like sometimes they pretend more though to the audience. Like they don't realize, like we as an audience don't realize they hate him that much until it comes to that moment. But this whole movie, I'm just like, oh yeah, he really not fucking with her.
Yeah, he's not.
So the building catches on fire.
He sets the place on fire.
Easy peasy. And she's in there just coughing up a storm. Oh, also he locks the doors.
No, he did.
He did. He was like, and the door's locked. He locked the doors. So even if she was like, this is a bad idea, he's like, there's no way out, honey. You're dying.
Lock the doors.
He locked the doors, honey. So it's on fire. Back at the party, everybody who's a superhero who's got their little foam thing on gets an alert. Ding, 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 ding. And the dad, Jim, is like,
pagers are going off.
That the dad, Jim, is like, oh, there seems to be a girl stuck in the fire. And like he's like, I guess I'll just run to it real quick. But someone suggests, well, why don't you let Scott do it? This would be a great first gig for him. Save a girl from a building, no supervision. Just let him go do that, right? And they're like, yeah, this is a great idea.
They're like, yeah, girl in a burning building. This is textbook superhero 101.
Why would you just let him go by himself? What? I just don't even think that.
Because they think he can fly. He has superhero strength.
But even if he could have superhero strength, like you should, it's training.
Like, yeah, you should like go with him. Yeah, just let him take the lead.
Right. You never know how he acts under pressure, even with superpowers. But
right.
Scott is like, yeah, I'll go. I think he does the whole throws a ball in the air thing to make it look like he's flying, but then in the background he's like hopping on a bike and he's heading over there. There's a girl dying, and this man's taking a bike to the place. Right. So he arrives, and he somehow makes it past the bystanders, the police officers, and the news crew, and he's in the building. Yeah. This whole time, his parents and the party is watching it back at home. They're like, why is he not using his super speed to get past the firefighter? Why aren't the alarms going off? He's lying. Yeah.
They're like, why is he on the ground?
Right.
Because he doesn't have power.
He doesn't have power.
So he enters the building. Nina's there, coughing up a freaking storm, looking like an idiot. All she's doing is coughing. She's not even trying to get out. She's just.
Right. God. Can you die?
So she gets in there,
please.
And he's like, "I'm here to save you." She's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm Warrior Eagle." And he's like, "Yeah, kind of dorky, I know." And she's like, "Okay, are you a superhero?" And he's like, "Yeah. Let's get out of here." And so he's like, "Okay, let's take the stairs." So they take the stairs, and she's like, "Well, why don't we just like fly out of here?" And he's like, "You know how to fly?" She's like, no, I don't know how to fly. You're the superhero. And he's like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about that." So he takes the stairs. They take the stairs up to like the roof. And there is this water hose, yeah. Mm-hmm. That he tries to turn on to, extinguish the fire. The water hose doesn't work, however. So now they're on the roof, and he takes this same water hose, and he's like, "Okay, grab onto me, and we're just gonna scale down this like 4-story building."
Crazy.
With this water hose pipe. And she's like, "Okay."
It's crazy, one, that so she's letting him do this. 2, there's like 8 firefighters out. Can y'all grab a ladder?
Exactly. They're all just watching. They're like, come on, yeah, keep going.
If I was Nina, I would be so embarrassed for myself. I'm like, why do y'all have me up here looking like a fucking idiot, getting rescued by a 6-year-old? And then he's like, they're like hanging off the side of the building, and he's just like on top of her. Like, this is so strange.
He's on top of her? I didn't know.
Like, he's like on her back. Like hanging on to her at this point. It's just weird. And if they were replayed that footage, and if I was Nina, I would be like, kill me. Like, this is so stupid. I was like such a fucking loser. And then you just have all these, and I would be like, can somebody help me?
Oh, Jesus. Oh. What the fuck is the hold up here? So they're scaling down the building. Meanwhile, back at home, the whole party's watching it on the news. And so Grandpa walks in. I don't know what he was doing, taking a nap or something. So he walks in. He's like, "Where's Scott?" And they're like, he's saving this woman from this burning building. And he's like, "Scottish?" He's like,
"Scottish?" Scott?
He's like, "Oh, Jim." He's like, "Oh, Jim, I got to tell you something. I got something to tell you." And I guess we don't see it, but I guess Gramps breaks the news to Jim. And just before it is too late for Nina and Scott, because that pipe that they're holding onto ultimately breaks, and they're free falling in the air. And just before they hit the ground and they fall to their death, bow, in comes Bald Eagle. No.
Bronze Eagle.
Bronze Eagle. Soaring in the sky, and he catches them and places them safely on the ground. Now he puts them in the back, behind, the building, so no one can see them. The news crew can't get a glimpse of them. And Scott's mask has fallen off at this point.
What?
And it's on the ground. I thought this part was so funny. Because he reprimands him. Scott, he's like, "I can explain." And then Jim's like, "Bring your ass back home." And then Scott, he turns to Nina, and he's like, "Bye." I thought that was so fucking funny. Because it's like he's like a little kid telling his friend bye at like the playground, like, "Bye."
Sorry about
that. Like, she don't fucking know you, nigga.
Wow.
He's like, but see you later.
See you later. Sorry about that. Sorry, my dad.
I thought that was so funny. He's
funny.
like, bye. So, and then, you know, Bronze Eagle, he flies off too, leaving Nina alone. And she sees Scott's fallen mask on the ground. And she picks it up. And, she's like, you know, she was supposed to put another thing. She was supposed to put a tracking device on the man.
Right.
And she doesn't, and we don't bring that up again. The mask has now become the tracking device, but I was like, she had a tracking device with her that she was supposed to put on them. Why didn't she do that?
She got caught up in dying.
Because, I mean, like, because it really could have just been as simple as, like, she put the tracking device on the boy. But, like, now we had to turn it into, like, the mask being left behind. You've already set up the plot for the tracking device. But whatever.
True. But maybe they want to make it, you know, Scott's fault. Really want to hone that.
I mean, she could have still put it on him. But yeah, I guess they wanted to make it Scott's fault.
But yes, back at the home, parents super upset. Why would you lie to us? Why would you do this? And Scott's like, I remember when Molly got her her powers at 2.
Molly's been lasering shit since she was 2.
And y'all loved it. I remember when Adam ran around the world twice or something like that. And y'all were like, is that? He really says that. He really says that. And y'all were so ecstatic. So no, I didn't want y'all to be disappointed in me for something I can't control. And the parents are like, you know, we love you with or without powers.
The mom is saying that. The dad not really saying that.
LOL.
The dad is like, fuck you, nigga.
Right. The dad's like, gross.
You've embarrassed me.
Big embarrassment. And after, so they send Scott off to bed. After this, Judy, which I thought was, I like to point this out. Judy's like, do we need to send Adam to do a little mind eraser? Because one of his other powers is he can erase people's minds or whatever.
He can do everything. He got the power. I want his power.
Right. And then Jim is like, no, be fine. She didn't see much or something like that. And I was like, damn, Judy was right because.
Judy been right this whole movie, and Jim be wrong.
Right. Cut to Malcolm and Nina back in their lair with the mask, and they're like, ha ha ha, we're gonna figure out whose mask this is, eh? I don't know why they thought this mask would work, but it does. So the next day of school, what?
But you know what? We're gonna figure out.
But the next day at school, the kids are given a new homework assignment by the Earth Protectors. This CD-ROM is new and approved, and it's got a new, task for them. But this task is to basically steal from their parents. So after they do their homework, we see a lot of the kids. We see Amy, we see Randy, and we see Scott. They're all stealing money from their parents' purses and backpacks and whatnot. This CD-ROM, eventually, I guess this version of the CD-ROM is what Nina and Malcolm use to discover whose face fits the mask. And that's how they stumbled upon the fact that it belongs to Scott. Therefore, Scott's family. And then they, trace the family tree and they figure it out. But Scott is leaving for school. And before he leaves, his parents are like, his mom's like, I'm missing like $20 out of my wallet. And they're like, oh, that's crazy. I'm missing money too. And they're like, Scott, you didn't steal the money, did you? And you're like, nah, I didn't steal the money. Molly, being a little nose twat, whatever, she does a little x-ray. That's what she could. X-ray is cool. She does a little x-ray on his backpack. And then she sees the money. And then she's like, well, why do I see $20 in your backpack, Scott? And Scott's like, so they sit him down. He's like, I didn't do it. I don't remember doing it. And here's what the dad should have been like, oh, that brain control shit that I was talking about 30 minutes ago.
Right.
He just forgets everything.
But the dad is not trying to hear. He's like, I'm not in the business of believing Scott right Scott. Now. So, and he's like, you have to believe me. Like, I don't know how it got there. And then, the mom is like, if this is a cry for help, let us know. And he's like, no, I did not do it. Right. And they're like, you know what? We're just going to have to punish you. No soccer for at least a month. And he's like, a month? We're picking captains tomorrow.
Right.
Y'all been picking captains for 7 days now.
Mm-hmm.
When we picking a captain? Anywho. And they're like, we don't want to hear it. Go to school. He goes to school. You know, he tells this situation to Randy. And Randy's like, oh, that's so weird. Meanwhile, all the kids are forking over money to henchman number 1
Right.
at school.
I think it's...
the money's in an envelope. They don't know the money in the envelope. They don't know that they put the money in the envelope, but they know they're giving money to henchman number 1.
I think it's so crazy. This kind of brain control is so dangerous. But the fact that Randy can be like, so did you steal the money or not? As he has stolen money that day. And he's literally giving that stolen money to the guy.
He's literally asking Scott, well, how did the money get in your book bag?
It's so scary.
As he has stolen money in his book bag and he's giving it to a henchman.
No, it's so scary. Also, thank God this is a kid's movie, you know?
Right.
The nefarious things you could do with this kind of programming in the year of Epstein files. Very concerning.
Hello.
So please never invent that kind of software. But so now that Malcolm knows that Scott is a son of a superhero, or he thinks he's a superhero, whatever, he goes to school, Malcolm, and he has the principal call Scott into the room, and the principal's like, hey, or his teacher is like, you've been specially chosen by the Earth Protectors to test out their new software. And he's like, oh, that's awesome. Cool. So Scott sits down. They put the CD-ROM in. And the prompt is like, tell me all your family's secrets, blah, 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 blah. And then Malcolm enters. He's like, okay, so what is your family's strengths, your weaknesses? Give it to me.
Where you guys live?
Where you guys? It's so creepy. And then like Scott is just mesmerized by the screen, and guess he, gives it up.
He reveals it all.
He leaves the principal's office, and Randy goes up to him. He's like, oh, how was that? And he was like, it was real quick. It was no big deal. He was like, dude, you were gone for 2 hours. He was like, what? 2 hours?
He's like, yeah, you missed math and PE.
Right.
He's like, what?
Why?
He's like, yeah, bro.
My question is, why y'all letting a kid alone with a random adult for 2 hours?
Right. For 2 hours.
Unsupervised. There's a lot of concerning things going on here. And the fact that you guys would just accept, just like, I feel like you guys are giving access to your kids because they gave you a laptop or a computer. Right. That's
an interesting partnership they have.
Interesting partnership. You can have free access to our children. Just give us a computer.
Give them computers.
What?
Unethical.
Oh, so at the end of class or the end of school, so everyone's getting another CD-ROM, new, improved, but Scott gets a very specific one. The teacher's like, the Earth Protectors wanted me to give you this very specific CD-ROM. Great job, Scott. Scott's like, okay, whatever. The school alarm goes off. He's about to get up. He looks outside the window and he sees the girl that he rescued the other day, Nina, getting into the
Earth. She's getting into the Earth Protector's van. He's like, that's that bitch.
That's suspicious.
Very. So just as he's like about to dash home because he feels like there might be fuckery afoot, he hears the bell ring. He gets up, he runs, and he bumps into Amy, his crush. They bump into each other. Amy's like, watch where you're going, freak. And he's like, sorry. They pick up each other's discs. So Amy picks up Scott's disc and Scott picks up Amy's disc. But Scott, remember, had this very specific disc for himself. So they go home. They do their individual homework. Scott is trying to once again reason with his family. Right. He's like, look, I think there's something fishy going on at school. This stuff that we use, this Earth Protectors, I think they might be the brainwashing criminals that we have on our hands. Let me tell you why, Mom and Dad. They called me into the office today. Dad's like, they called you into the office? He's like, yes, but not because I was in trouble.
Right.
Because they wanted me to test out their special software. I thought I was in there for like 2 minutes. Randy, however, says once I came out, I was in there for 2 hours.
2 hours.
Also, the girl who you rescued outside of the burning building, She was getting into the Earth Savers Protectors van today.
What?
I saw her get into that van. The mom's like, that is kind of suspicious, Jim. The police never found her after you rescued her. And Dad's like, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
And he's like, but then that might be why I took the $20 and have no recollection of it. And he's like, oh, so this is what this is about again, huh? It's about the $20. You trying to pawn this off on the $20. He's like, no. And he's like, listen, they even gave me the homework and they told us specifically to do the homework with a parent. So I'm gonna pop this disc into this computer, okay? And y'all gonna see. And then mom's like, all right, Adam, do your little techno stuff just in case, something goes awry. They put the disc in and it's a fluke. Nothing happens. It's just some random video about composting.
Right.
And Scott's like, no, there must be something wrong. This can't be it. And they're like, you tried it.
Grounded. Double grounded.
Nice try. But no, you failed.
Double grounded.
So meanwhile, Amy's at her house and her mom is helping her with her homework. And now she's got the right disc. She's got the brainwashing disc. And Amy's mom's looking at that homework and she's brainwashed instantly. She's in a hypnosis. She's going to do whatever that disc tells her to do.
Dun, dun. So the next day, Nina's mom, the day begins. We see Nina's mom go into a bank. She, walks in as a lovely mom, and she goes in there. She goes, "Can everyone attention, please? This bank is being robbed." And I was really,
this is a stick up.
I was really wondering if they were gonna show a gun on Disney. I was like, how are they gonna do this?
I was like, she gonna pull out a gun?
Right. So
I was really trying to see if they were gonna have her show that gun, but no.
Right. So, but she just puts her finger in her purse and she pretends. Well, she might have had a gun, I don't know, but she pretends that she has a gun, and she robs the bank. Meanwhile, back at the evil lair of the Earth Protectors, Nina is freaking out because she's like, Bronze Eagle should have been here by now. That's what we said in the video, because they still think that the disc got to the right family. So they're like, Bronze Eagle should have been here by now. He should have wake up, because she thinks Bronze Eagle was going to wake up, come to the lair, and I guess they were going to discuss it. She didn't know the side quests, but she's very surprised to see Nina's mom walk in with, tons of cash. And I think it's finally at this point that she realizes, that fuckery's afoot?
I don't know. Maybe. So Malcolm is like, well, she's like, what's taking so long?
Right.
Like, why aren't they here yet? And he's like, well, I had him go on a little side quest. She was like, side quest? And he was like, yeah, I sent him to rob some money from the bank. And she's like, that was not part of the plan.
Confusion.
And unbeknownst to both of them, to both of their surprise, they were even more confused once Amy's mom shows up with the stolen money. Because not only did Nina not know that they were stealing money, but Malcolm didn't know that a white suburban wife was stealing the money. So they're both like, what the hell?
Damn.
And so, I don't know, he's like, you figure out what's wrong with that software, I'm gonna go take care of this.
Oh,
because this isn't the person they should be.
Yeah, I think they said, I guess we need to have a more hands-on approach to this. So, back at school, Scott is at school, he's walking around, and Randy comes up to him, he's like, did you hear? Did you what? Amy's mom robbed a bank this fucking morning. Amy's mother robbed a bank. She's here. She's so fucking crazy. Here. She came to school still. Bitch, go home. Anywho, and then they're like, okay. At this point, Scott has put two and two together. He's like, oh my God, she got the disc that I was supposed to get. And then they sneak out of class pretending to be sick. Scott calls his grandfather, and he's like, I guess he basically tells him everything that he thinks is going on, and the grandfather confirms it because the family got called away to the EP headquarters, is what they thought it was, but it's Earth Protectors. It's not really much of a hiding thing. And the grandpa was like, I think it's a trap.
So much for a disguise.
Right, so much for a disguise. And the grandfather thinks it's a trap. What's the kid's name? Randy? His character, or the actor, what's the actor's name? Christopher, whatever. I feel like his personality has always damn. I'm like, damn,
Been
that really
this.
has always been this. This one, this
Right.
part is when it really shines. When he's like, oh yeah, when I need help, I think to call 911. Not my grandfather or whatever. But he's really funny, and I don't know. Him in this reminds me of him in Just Friends, the little brother.
Yeah. He should have had a more illustrious career.
He should have. But the grandfather's like, okay, so they're gonna need backup. So he's at the house, he puts on his superhero uniform, and he's prepared to go help the family not die. But he's having trouble because I guess he hasn't flown in a while, and he's got a uniform.
It's just like exercising.
I love when
he can't do it no more. I love he ain't got the skill set
because he has his superhero costume under his regular clothes, and he rips it off. But I love the way he rips it off. It's just
Condor,
and then
Condor.
And then you start saying Condor, which I guess is that his up and away, or does he say up and away?
I don't know, but it's fucking funny.
But he's
Condor.
So he says Condor. And he has a rough go to it at first, but he does take off in flight. And then Scott's family, which is the mom, the dad, and the brother, they arrive at the Earth Protector's lair. At this point, they realize that, Scott might have been onto something, and this is clearly like a trap, or this is the brainwashing people. But for whatever reason, they, still decide to go inside with no idea what's going on. But once they get inside, they are trapped inside this cage made out of foil. Oh no, they're not good with that. They're in trouble. Nina comes out and she's like, what's going on? Why do you got those people trapped in that cage?
She's like, she still doesn't understand. She's like, Malcolm, why is the Bronze Eagle and a warrior woman in a cage? She's like, oh, Bronze Eagle, you have to understand. Please just give us a moment of your time. This is not what we meant to do. Right. And Malcolm's like, Nina, shut the fuck up.
How have you not?
And he's like, excuse me, y'all are going to have to excuse my naive and dumb friend. Because unlike her, unlike me, she don't know what's going on over here. And I have y'all here because y'all are trying to foil my plans, and that ends today. And then Nina's like, this is not what we set out to do. And this is where she finally realizes, okay, we're not on the same page. Right. We're breaking up.
I think she's so pretty. Sorry, I was watching her.
She is cute. She's adorable.
Also,
so annoying.
Amy's mom is just like tied up in the background, just so confused. I guess the hypnosis faded away. But upon realizing the truth, Scott is still at school, and he goes to find Amy. He's like, Amy, we have to go. Come with me. I'll explain everything. Your mom was basically...
We have to tell your mom. We have to save your mom.
She was basically brainwashed.
That was me. The guy who was scaling from, the building. The kid who was scaling from that burning building on the news a couple of days ago, that was me. My parents are superheroes. Your mom has been brainwashed. We have to go. My dad's Bronze Eagle. I'll explain everything. Randy's coming with.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get on our bikes.
Let's save the day. So back at the lair, we realize that Malcolm's plan is to make the Marshals weak with the foil, because they're adults, so they need to be weaker in order for the brainwash, or I guess because they're adults and because they're superheroes, but they need to be a little weaker in order for the the brainwashing control to really take effect. So they want them weak with the foil. So the kids arrive at the lair. At first they're like, okay, where's my grandfather? Let's wait around. But Amy's, really worried about her mom, and she's like, we have to go in there. We have to save my mom. And Scott's like, you're right. I don't have to be a superhero to save people. To
save the day.
To help people. Randy's like, absolutely not. Let's just wait for backup. Let's not go in there. But two versus one. So the kids go in. They see the Marshals chained up via foil and very weak, and at this point Randy's like, oh wow, your parents really are these superheroes. That's so crazy. That's amazing. But their plan is to create a distraction so they can save the day. So one of the first things they do is they find some bubble wrap, they start pounding on it, and the whole villain crew thinks they're being shot at. A lot of gun violence in this movie. It's crazy. And then they set up, as a team, they set up multiple booby traps, very Home Alone style.
Home Alone.
Tripping this, pushing someone to that. But it doesn't last long. They eventually get caught. And they're all tied up. At this point, Malcolm still thinks that Scott is a superhero. So they put foil.
They wrap him, but they handcuff him in aluminum foil. And he's like,
yes,
my powers.
So Nina now decides, okay, I'm gonna pretend to be on their side. So she goes up to him.
Malcolm's side,
and she goes up to Scott and is like, play along. Because she knows that he has no superpowers. Because that time that he tried to save her in that building, he couldn't do shit. So she know for a fact that this nigga ain't got no superpowers. Which is funny that she never brought that up.
What do you mean?
Because
to Malcolm, this kid does
just thought it would come.
They don't communicate.
They don't communicate. But yes, now Nina is.
They don't communicate.
They don't communicate. Where's that from?
That's not from anything. That's what you said.
They don't communicate. That's.
She said, but no, that's not from anything.
No, Zydeco. No, it is.
That's not from anything.
No, it's from something. Communico. No. It reminds me of something. Oh, anywho. But yes, Nina is now helping Malcolm and his friends, unbeknownst.
She goes up to Scott and she's like, "Oh, I'll tie him up." Yeah. She's like, "Sorry, kid, can't have you foiling our plans. Take him away." And then she's like, go along, wink, wink. She's a terrible actress, by the way. Terrible.
I bet she was fine.
Not like in the movie, like her acting as an actress. Like her trying to fake it and convince Malcolm was just terrible. I was like, Malcolm, you're falling for this?
You think she changed her heart in 5 seconds? Whatever.
Right. And so after the henchman pulls Scott and his friends away, Malcolm's like, our plan. And she's like, you think I'm going to let you take half the credit for my invention? Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. And hell, we can get rich and I'll just buy the stupid rainforest anyway.
Yeah.
And he's like, Nina, I underestimated you. He's like, yeah. Totally. So now that the kids are under the watchful eye of the henchmen and the Marshall clan is in their aluminum cage, now it is time to enact the brainwashing. So Mina and Malcolm walk over to the computer system. Mina's just like, oh, I just have to fix something really quickly. She's like, oh, I'm gonna take this disc out, put this disc in. She's like, okay, everything's good, no harm done. And Malcolm's like, what'd you just do? And she's like, nothing, I just switched some things out. And then he's like, okay, sure. But his henchman notices that she changed the disc.
Yeah, because it wasn't
so obviously it wasn't secretive or sly at all.
Not at all. I mean, she's literally changing out a CD-ROM.
Right. And the henchman is like, she changed the disc. And Malcolm's like, take her away. Right. She's like, you'll never get away with this.
Never succeed.
So back to what they're doing. As they're enacting the brainwashing mechanisms, programs, it takes like a couple of, percentage points for it to be complete. So it's finally starting. We're about 5-10% of the way. And, the kids are over in the corner, under surveillance of the henchmen. Mm-hmm. And Amy's like, we have to do something. We have to stop this. So Amy has like a backpack on her back. I don't know why that was never
this whole time, but you know what's so funny? As I was watching the movie, I was like, why she got that big ass backpack on?
Oh, I never even noticed it.
I would notice it when they walked in. I was like, why she carrying them books? Leave it outside.
And here's why. So Nina, I don't know why the henchman didn't stop her from doing this because she's literally standing right in front of them. Mm-hmm. But she takes the backpack that's off of her back. She pulls out the soccer ball and she kicks it to Scott. And she's like, do your thing. So Scott now... And Scott's whole thing this whole movie has been like, he can't score a goal. Like, every time he approaches the goal at soccer practice, he chokes. He can't do it. So this is his time to shine. This is his redemption arc, his redemption moment, the triumph of the will. Mm-hmm. So he takes the soccer ball and he kicks it to the computer. The computer malfunctions instantly. Sparks start to fly. Right. That's not what happens when you kick a computer.
It fell.
Oh, does it fall?
Yeah,
Is that what
falls
happens?
over.
Okay, so the computer falls. And then sparks start to fly, blah, 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 blah. And then so no more computer, no more programming, no more brainwashing. The marshals, just as they're about to reach 100% completion of their brainwashing, it goes kaput because the computer's been broken.
Yeah.
And they snap out of it. They wake up. They're little Daisy. Nina opens up the cage to the aluminum foil cage that they're in. They're out, and now it's time for them to whoop ass. They grab Marshall. They grab the henchman.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Nice try, losers. Take off.
Yeah.
Take over the world another day. Boy,
You're going to jail, Marshall.
Yeah.
That's about it. And the day is saved. They really didn't do anything after they got out of the cage. They just grabbed them.
Mm-hmm. So afterwards, Adam, does a little brain eraser to everyone to hide their identity. Who needs? Because you can't be tracing back to people. So as they're brainwashing people or erasing people's memories, Nina asks the family to erase all the discs that she had of the brainwashing, because she wants to go back to the old-fashioned way of saving the world. Which bitch, you're going to jail.
One person at a time.
Girl, you're going to jail. She said,
you're going to prison.
You need to go to prison. And then Amy and Scott, they have a moment to each other, and unbeknownst to both of them, they both have a crush on each other. So they both do the brave thing of asking each other to the dance at the same time, which is so fucking cute. They're excited, and then Adam walks up right behind them, right behind Amy, and zaps her memory. And
then Scott's like, why would you do that? Now she's not going to remember that she liked me. And then Warrior Woman, Scott's mom, is like, if she liked you before, then it shouldn't be a problem.
That's true.
The likeliness should still stand.
Right. And I think the zaps only last, his went by 4 hours back or something. So.
Oh, did they say that?
Yeah. It wasn't it was just the last couple, I guess, since they got there.
Oh. He can set a timer to his zaps.
Now you want to call what the fuck is this power? Too late.
Now I want to pull in the logic.
Yes, exactly. And then they're about to zap Randy, but the parents decide to allow Scott to have one friend that he can discuss his abnormal life with. So Randy gets to keep the memory, which is crazy because Randy has to be the least trustworthy person I would.
Randy looks like he has the biggest mouth of the South.
Exactly.
He looks like he'll tell anybody, any and everybody who'll listen.
Exactly. I don't.
But when you really think of it, he does need a friend though, because that's a huge weight to carry. My entire family is superheroes, and I don't have a superhero. I need someone to vent to about that.
Right.
Randy's actually about to become Scott's therapist. That's what Randy don't know.
Right. I guess it's nice.
It's not.
But you know who finally arrives in the nick of time?
Condor! I'm still Condor! Here to save the day.
Boy.
Dad, we're done.
It's over with.
It's over. Pops, we figured it out.
Well.
He's like, I knew I should have took a cab.
You know what's funny? I forgot I've been wanting to mention this the whole time. Cannot stand Adam's superhero costume.
His is terrible, but the whole family's is terrible. The mom's is kind of cute.
Yeah, the dad's
but the dad's is terrible.
That's
that fucking goofy mask with those wings for ears. Oh, I hate it.
He's an eagle.
I don't like it. It looks so goofy.
I just don't like the look.
Now, I will say, I do think it would make a great couple's costume.
Oh, for sure.
It would be very niche.
Yes.
Not everybody would get it, but I think that would be a really good one.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard. I mean, really hard to find a black couple's costume. This would be a good one.
That'd be a good one. And cut to, the next day, all's well and ends well. I just want to mention the ending scene or the next scene, or whatever. There's one scene where the little sister Molly's outside playing with her dolls, and so is Scott.
Oh yes,
and Scott's just standing out there, and he's just finished talking to Amy. They do their whole will they won't they thing, but Molly zaps the bottom of his shoes and melts them, and that scene has stuck with
burnt in your brain,
burnt into my brain.
Yes,
that and the CD-ROMs that they use,
Yes,
I always think about that, but his
a memory was definitely
Yeah.
unlocked when we saw the bottom of his soul was
I
melt.
remember this.
Yes.
I forgot how much of this movie. I guess I saw it more than I thought I remembered because I remember a lot of this movie. But then the last scene of the movie is another soccer practice, another soccer game, and today finally is the day to decide who is going to be the captain.
We've been talking about it this whole damn movie. They said at the beginning of the movie we was picking it on day 1, and it's now day 47.
Crazy. Everyone votes out loud. Crazier.
That was crazy. Everyone goes up to the coach and says, "I'm voting for Scott. I'm voting for Amy. I'm voting for Scott." Out loud, verbally.
In front of
written
Scott
down
and
on
Amy.
paper. In front of everybody.
The ball's on these kids. The ball's on these kids.
So Amy goes up to the coach and shouts to everybody. She says, "I'm voting for Scott." And everyone's like, "What?" Scott's like, "What? You're voting for me?" And then the coach turns to Scott and is like, "Well, Scott, you're one up, you're one ahead, and you're the last vote. So it looks like, you're the winning vote. So congratulations." He's like, I want to vote for Amy. Oh my goodness. It's a tie. And the coach is like, "Well, what do you say, you two? How do you feel about being co-captains?"
Yeah.
They shake their hands. They shake each other's hands. And then they kiss. They don't kiss.
No.
They didn't have the interracial kiss yet.
I was like, they kiss? I missed that.
No.
All's well and ends well. Do you think this movie stands the test of time? It was still pretty good.
Yes, I am, however, pissed that he doesn't. Must say, to say he doesn't gain them, he handles it so well.
Right. Well,
like, he's very, like, I think... Because, like, even him, like, faking it wasn't really even for him. It was really more for his father.
Yeah.
Like, he accepts it very well. Bitch, if that was me, I would be like...
Fuck no.
I'm ready to end it all.
Right.
This isn't fair.
This is my villain story.
Right. This isn't right. But I will say he will become, like, the...
Tech guy.
The tech guy.
Something.
like fixes their gadgets or does their uniforms. Kind of how Wade was to Kim Possible.
Yes.
Beep, 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 beep. He's like, "Here's a sitch."
Right. Mm-hmm.
He's going to be that to them. He's going to be their manager.
So I also thought it was funny that the middle child doesn't have the powers. So I was like, ha.
Yes, it's very middle child syndrome. Mm-hmm. Very middle child-esque.
The little sister got powers at 2.
Right. Shouldn't have had powers since 2.
It should have been.
It skips the gym.
Been realized Malcolm wasn't gonna have no powers. I mean, Scott.
I would have dumped him in toxic waste at 12.
LOL. Gotta try it. If it worked for the Joker, it can work for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not gonna try it. No. The Joker do that? Oh, I guess he did. Harley Quinn did it also.
And one of them did, or something.
I guess Harley Quinn did it because the Joker did it. If I stand correctly. All right, guys.
It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
As always, thanks for stopping by. Continue to stop by and share with your friends and your family. And have a wonderful, historic Black History Month, isn't it? Down under.
Happy Black History Month.
Period. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.